is Apple Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice. Classic games on our tabletops. Hi, everybody. This is Appa Brian and Appa Baseball Classics, bringing to you Game 6 of the 1961 New York Yankees season. They're playing Game 2 against the Chicago White Sox, the second game in their series. They beat the White Sox in the last game. The Yankees are 3-2 for their record. Here's a trivia question for you. Moose Gowan was a famous baseball and football player in high school, and he signed a scholarship to play baseball and football at Purdue University. Who was his coach in both sports? And we'll have to say the one coach of football was not actually the head coach. He was an assistant coach. But his coach in both sports was none other than Hall of Fame coach Hank Stram of the Kansas City Chiefs. Stram was the head baseball coach at Purdue and an assistant football coach at Purdue in Moose Gowan's years. Let's go down to the field for today's starting lineups. And today for the starting lineups, I'm using the APA suggested starting lineups. I love these cards, the pink card here and the orangish card that came with the Great Teams set. We're using a later version that has the master ratings on the cards, but I like these lineup cards. So leading off for the White Sox and playing shortstop is Louis Aparicio. Nellie Fox is at second base. Jim Landis in center field. Ted Kluszewski is going to replace Torgerson and play first base. Lawler is the catcher. Smith's in left field. Bubba Phillips at third base, and Jungle Jim Rivera is the right fielder. Starting pitcher for the White Sox is Bob Shaw. For the Yankees, the home team Yankees, they're going to start with Bobby Richardson at second base, Tony Kubek at shortstop, Roger Maris in right field, Mickey Mantle in center field, Yogi Berra will be in left field, Ellie Howard is the catcher, Moose Gowan at first base, and Clete Boyer at third base. And excuse me, on the mound for the Yankees is Ralph Terry. Ralph Terry is the pitcher who threw the last two pitches of two World Series. He threw the home run to Bill Mazeroski, 1960, that ended the 60 series in a Pirates victory. And he threw the line drive by Willie McCovey in the 1962 World Series with the San Francisco Giants. And in that series, Ralph Terry kind of redeemed himself. He pitched a 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1962 series, helping his Yankees become world champions that year. All right, we're ready to go. Ralph Terry has come out to the mound, picked up the rosin bag and thrown it down, taking his warm-up tosses. He is a B and Z pitcher. A little bit of a pitching disadvantage today for the Yankees and their second spot in the rotation. Bob Shaw for the White Sox is a grade A and Z pitcher. All right, Louis Aparicio steps into the box. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. 3-1. And Louis Aparicio lines a single over shortstop against a B pitcher. And the White Sox start with speed on the bases. I'm using the master steal ratings since we have them on both sets. Terry's move to first is +1, and Ellie Howard is a +3 throwing arm. So is Sherm Lawler, White Sox catcher. So 4 off of C31 would be 27. Little Louie's chances to be safe at second base are 11 through 53. Those are pretty good odds. Go Sox are going to go stolen base for Aparicio. All right. Nellie Fox is up for the Sox. Tremendous back control. And he's got 331s on his card. He's already in scoring position. Here's the pitch to Fox. 5-6 is a 34. Gets a B pitcher, or it gets a one fielding column. That's going to be a high pop-up on the infield, caught by the shortstop, Tony Kubek. So an unprotected out for Nellie Fox. Takes his big bottle bat handle back to the dugout. Here's the center fielder, Jim Landis. 1-4 to Jim Landis is a fly ball to left field. Yogi Berra is tracking it and makes the catch. 2 down. Maybe I should have done that hit and run with Aparicio. I'll try to get him to third. Here's Klazuski, former Cincinnati Red and Pittsburgh Pirate. 2-6 is a 2-4, and that is popped on the infield. Once again, Tony Kubek's under it, and he makes the catch. White Sox are done in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Nothing. Richardson will lead off for the Yankees. Yankees that pretty much stay with the same starting lineup, a little different batting order in each game. Barry did not start all games in left field, but otherwise the same order. Here is same position players. Bobby Richardson facing a very good pitcher who was 18-6 with a 2.69 ERA in 1959, Bob Shaw. 4-5. 4-5 is going to be lead off base on balls to Bobby Richardson, who works the count patiently and takes first. Got speed at first base, like the Sox come on with Aparicio, their leadoff hitter. Richardson's chances to steal second are not quite as good. He has an E22, and we're taking 4 off that 22, 18. Not great. Hi, Mike McAllister. Thanks for joining us. And good morning to SDGAKATBK for joining us as well this morning. Here's the pitch to Tony Kubek, second hitter in the Yankee lineup. That's going to be popped up behind home plate. Sherman Waller loses the mask and makes the grab. 1 down. All right, now the meat of the Yankee order. Maris comes up. Nolan's on deck. Roger Maris, everything he's hit safely in this season so far has gone over the wall. He just hasn't hit too many balls safely. 5-4 is a fly ball to right field, deep to right field. Going back to the wall is Jungle Jim Rivera. He makes the catch in front of the fence. 2 down. Now Mickey Mantle. Mantle is doing well in this season so far. He is 5 for 14 with 3 RBIs and 2 homers. 2 down. Richardson still at first. Here's the pitch to the Mick. 5-2 is a 27, and the White Sox are feeling calm. 1 as the Yankees are, and by far. So 27 is a ground ball to third base. Bubba Phillips with the scoop and the throw across to Klazuski. That's the end of the Yankee first. We go to the second inning. Nothing. All right, due up first for the White Sox is their very capable catcher, Sherman Lawler. I think one of the premier early 60s catchers. I used to like Sherman Lawler, and I used to like Jose Askew with the Cleveland Indians in the 1960s, if you remember him. I was a little Catholic boy, and Askew would come to the plate and make a sign of the cross. That always impressed me. Got a chance to see Jose Askew a few years ago at an event in Kansas City. Here's Ralph Terry's pitch to Sherman Lawler, 3-4. Fly to center field. Mickey Mantle's under it and has it. One down. Al Smith. We talked about it before, but he was a premier high school football player at, I think, Webster Groves near St. Louis. Scored 33 touchdowns in one season, and it's believed that he scored 10 touchdowns in one game. As a high school running back, 23 is a 2-6. That is hit on the ground to Bubby Richardson at second base. Throw over to first base, and Al Smith is retired. He was quick down the line, but throw just got him. Bubba Phillips. 2 up and 2 straight downs for Ralph Terry. 5-2 to Bubba Phillips is going to be a roller to third base. And that is Clete Boyer over there, holder of a bunch of gold gloves. Throws the first. 5-3, 3 up and 3 down for the Sox in the second. We go to the bottom of the second, still no score. All right, Yogi Berra leads off for the Yankees. He is playing left field. He kind of made Elston Howard's inclusion on the Yankees. Howard was the first black player to play for the Yankees. Kind of slow. Fortunately, Howard could play a couple of positions adequately, so he played catcher and outfield when he came on. But by the time 1961 was rolling around, Berra's catching skills were diminishing a bit, so he's in the outfield. There's a pitch to Yogi Berra, 34, is a fly ball to center field. Jim Landis out there flips down the shades, makes the catch, 1 out. Here is Ellie Howard. Speaking of high school stars, Elston Howard lettered in 4 sports in high school: basketball, baseball, football, and track. Turned down a Big Ten scholarships to sign with the Kansas City Monarchs. And while he played with the Monarchs, his roommate was Ernie Banks. Shaw's pitch to Ellie Howard, 5-3, is a 20. And that's going to be air on the second baseman, Nellie Fox. First air for the Yankees, first air in the game. Howard is rated slow, so he is going to be, we're going to play it safe on the base pass. Moose-Gowan, 1 out, 1 on. Pitch to the Moose, 55, is 8 against the A pitcher, and he's going to take away the hit. Grounded to first base, and he flips to Shaw to get the out, 3-1. Meanwhile, Howard does go to second, so there's 2 down. We're at second base, and now I think I'll take off the safe rating. We'll play it normally, base running wise with Elston Howard. And Clete Boyer and a slump will hit for the Yankees. Boyer is 2 for 18 on the season. Here's the pitch to Clete Boyer. 1-6 is a 28. Well, in the inning, grounded to the shortstop. Aparicio scoops and throws. 3 outs. We go to the third. No score. General Jim Rivera leads off the top of the third for the White Sox. A lot of speed on this White Sox lineup, and Rivera is one of them that's got the speed. He is rated fast. Pitch from Terry to Rivera is a 3.6, 33. I believe that's a pop-up on the infield or Y strikeout. Terry has no strikeout modifiers. Pop up to second base, one down. All right, here's the pitcher, Bob Shaw. No DH. There's not going to be any DH in this project, playing modern teams or the old classics. And speaking of modern teams, the next series for the Yankees is going to be the Yankees against the 2003 Florida Marlins. But again, they're an actually team, but we're not using any DHs in these games. No runners in second base with extra innings, none of that nonsense. All right, 21 is the play result for Bob Shaw. And that's going to be error on the first baseman, Moose Skowron. First Yankee error, puts the pitcher on base. That boy runs the jacket out to Bob Shaw. He is not rated slow. He's the average runner. Here's Louis Aparicio. Singled and stole a base in the first inning, but was stranded at second. SD looked up Elson Howard. He's quite interesting. He wanted to be the first black manager, though, of course, Frank Robinson was first. Coached but never managed, to my knowledge. Yes, he did coach. Probably unfortunate that he was not a manager. I'm going to take this score off the bottom of the screen since we know now who's playing. Let me see. I'm kind of still new with StreamYard and still kind of learning it. Let's see, it's not in the background. Yeah, I'm not remembering where to find. Here we go, banners. There we go. All right, we're back. And maybe I didn't take that off. Yeah, I did. We're back. Here's the pitch to little Louis Aparicio. 6-3 is a fly ball to Mickey Mantle in center field. Mantle makes the catch. That's 2 outs. Nellie Fox. Fox is a left-handed batter. He holds the bat straight up and down. He is kind of the quintessential punch and Judy hitter. Very hard to strike out. 1-6 or 1-5 rather. Is an A against an A with a runner on first base. That's going to be turned into an out, ground out to Clete Boyer at third. And that's all for the Go-Go Sox in the top of the third. Nothing. Had a pitcher's duel yesterday. The other games, they have been pretty high scoring in the Yankee season. Pitcher Ralph Terry will lead off for New York. Doesn't look like a horrible hitter. He's not great. Got a 7, few 8s, 4 8s, he's got a 6, a 9. 6-4 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Terry goes back to the dugout and turns his mind back to pitching. Bobby Richardson. 1-5 is an 8. Popped up on the infield. Third baseman is under it. That's Bud Phillips, and he makes the catch. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Tony Kubek. Richardson and Kubek have been doing a wonderful job of getting on base in front of Maris and Mantle. Pitch to Kubek, 53. 20 is going to be an error. Yeah, you're on the second baseman. And I still haven't got that error randomizer out yet. I'll try to remember that for the next game. Kubik's at first. Only stole one base in 1961. And when you got Maris and Mantle hitting behind you, you don't need to steal a lot of bases. Here's the pitch to Roger Maris. That's a 1-3, and that is going to be a 2 balls and no strike result because Bob Shaw is a Z pitcher. Here's a 2 balls and no strike pitch to Roger. 1-3, that's another 2 balls. Walk the hard way. First and second. This could be a big moment in this game. 2 tough pitchers out there, but if Mantle pops one here, it's going to put the White Sox in quite a deficit. Mantle, 6-3 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Bob Shaw comes up big in the clutch. Strikes out Mantle with 2 on. We go to the 4th. Nothing. Let's see. Jim Landis leads off for the White Sox. Talented center fielder, very good defensive center fielder. He's rated 3 on the Apple Card, deserves that 3 rating. And an adequate hitter, 272 with 5 homers. 20 stolen bases. He has speed. 2-5 is an 8 against Terry's B. That's going to be a fly out to Mantle. 1 down. Here's the big clue. Ted Kluszewski made cutting off your sleeves popular. Show off those biceps. 5-1 is a 9. That's a base hit for Kluszewski. Slow runner first. We'll play it safe with Kluszewski and all the Sox slow runners as well as the Yankees. Unless I say otherwise. Sherman Waller comes to bat. Waller has some pop, 22 home runs. Ralph Terry needs to be careful here. 4-4 roll is an 8 against a B. That's going to be a ground ball from the infield to Boyer and the throw to first. 2 outs. Big clue lumbers in the second base. He is in scoring position, and we are now no longer playing it safe with Kluszewski. Al Smith is the batter. 6-1 is a 12, and that is a swing and a miss, strike 3 for Al Smith. Well, Ralph Terry comes up clutch with a man in scoring position as well. No score for the White Sox in the top of the 4th. 0-0. Yogi Berra leads off for the Yankees in the bottom of the 4th inning. Yogi majored on hitting the ball down the line. He was an unorthodox hitter who would swing at most anything. There are a couple of 14s on his card, though. 61 is a 12, and that is a ground out to, depending on which book you have, ground out to first base or third. My book, it is third base, the one I'm using today. I like this book because it's smaller than the one they've been putting out the past several years. Here is Ellie Howard. As we mentioned, Elson Howard was the first black player called up by the Yankees. They were thinking about Vic Power, but Power was pretty controversial. He was one of my favorite players with the A's, Vic Power, but apparently he liked to date white girls, so that was in those days very controversial. So they didn't bring up big power. They brought Ellie Howard up, and they didn't go wrong there. He had a tremendous career with the Yankees, especially 61 when he hit 348 with 21 homers. 1-1 roll for Elston Howard. 4 is a ball hit over the third baseman, Bubba Phillips' head. It's going to roll down the line and into the corner. Elston Howard will lumber into second base with a leadoff double, or not a leadoff double, one-out double for Ellie Howard. Here's Moose Skowron. 267 is one of his lower average years. He normally hit with power and average. 28 home runs in 1961. Shaw will pitch carefully to Skowron. In fact, he won't pitch to Skowron. It's followed by a 220 hitter and the pitcher. Bill Skowron will take first with a free pass. Yogi Berra. Not a 220 hitter. The next hitter is 220. Oh, no. Boyer. Boyer's up. He has a 220 hitter. 224. We are at the 8th spot in the order. And Shaw is doing two things: avoiding higher batting average and power, and setting up a double play opportunity. I want to ask you a question. When you have double play opportunities and you get a strikeout, like on a letter, it doesn't happen that, Shaw doesn't have a strikeout letter. He doesn't have the Y or Z. But if you're in the audience, make a comment here. Do you change that strikeout when a letter comes up and go ahead and go with the double play if there was a double play on the result? Some guys do. I never have, but I'm curious to see how you deal with that. All right, here is Boyer. Pitch to Boyer is a 5-3. 19. Fielding column 1 is going to be an error on the third baseman, Bubba Phillips, and that's going to load the bases. That's the third error on the normally very good defense of the Chicago White Sox. Here's the pitcher, Bill Terry, or Ralph Terry. Can Ralph Terry put a quarter in the merry-go-round? Let's see. All right, here we go. Infield is playing back for a potential double play. The pitch to Terry. 2-4 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Now 2 outs. And for sure the infield's at normal depth for Bobby Richardson. It's going to be up to Bobby Richardson to get the Yanks on the board here, and this is their best opportunity. They got 2 runners on in the third inning, 1 in each, the first and second, but now they got 3 on. Let's see what they do with it. The pitch to Bobby Richardson. 1-1 roll. That's a hit column roll, and he's going to have him running around the merry-go-round. 45 is a 6. Read that 6 off the D column on the second roll. Bases loaded. The 6 is a triple, or double column. Cards use number 4, so it's a double to left center field. Runners advance 2 bases, but with 2 outs, they get 3. Bobby Richardson clears the bases for the Yankees. It's a 3 RBI 2-bagger, and the Yankees go up 3-zip. Tony Kubek. Runner on third, 2 outs. Bob Shaw, not happy with himself, picks up the rosin bag, throws it down, goes into the stretch, checks the runner, and here's the pitch to Kubek. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Al Smith is tracking it and has the catch. 3 outs, but the Yankees score 3 in the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th, 3-0 Bronx Bombers. do believe that's the first 3 RBIs on the season for Bobby Richardson. That's correct. And Bobby's first extra base hit on the season. Bubba Phillips leads off the top of the 5th for the Sox, who now trail by 3. Ralph Terry delivers 1-1 roll to Bubba Phillips. And 21 is a double for Phillips to lead off the 5th inning. The White Sox are not going to roll over. Here's Jim Rivera. He is the 8th hitter in the lineup. But then you go to Apparition and Fox after the pitcher, so I don't think I want to walk him. We'll pitch to Rivera. He's a 220 hitter. And Rivera is not going to be bunting because he's followed by the pitcher. He's just throwing away an out, and then he got another probable out after that. So here we go. Pitch to Rivera, 4-3 is a 29. Yankees are feeling column 1. Out at first base, grounded to Scowen, who flips to Terry covering. Runner goes to third. One down. And if Bob Shaw can make contact, he could possibly get the Sox on the board. Five three is a swing and a miss, strike 3. He does not make contact. Bob Shaw made sure of it. Or, excuse me, Ralph Terry made sure of it. That's Ralph Terry's second strikeout. 2 outs. Here's Little Louie, Aparicio, 1 for 2. He'd like to match Bobby Richardson. Richardson with a big blow for the Yankees. Doubled in 3 runs. He'd like to get a hit here. 6-3 is a fly ball to center field. Mickey Mantle will get it and makes the catch. 3 outs. White Sox don't score in the top of the 5th. They strand a runner at third. They have left 3 runners on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 Yankees. Right, the middle of the Yankee order, Roger Maris leads off for New York. Maris at this point would just like to get some hits. He is 0 for 1 today and 3 for 18 on the season. All 3 hits, as I said earlier, have been home runs. Pitch to Roger. 2-5 is a 9, but against a very good pitcher, that's going to turn that into a ground out shortstop. That A turns it into a roller. Aparicio on the defensive play. Here is Mickey Mantle. 6-1 is a ground ball to third base. Bubba Phillips scoops and throws to first. And Mick is 0 for 3 today. Yogi Berra. Tough getting hits today against an A pitcher for the Yankees. The next 2 days they're going to be facing C-grade pitchers, CZ pitchers. Here is Yogi Berra. 4-2 is a 40. Foul ball. Strike 1. 3-5 is a 14. Yogi gets a walk. Average speed of first base. Here is Elston Howard. 77 RBIs, 1961. 4-2 is a 9. That's going to be a single for Ellie Howard, first and second. That's a single on an infield hit that was hit deep in the hole. Aparicio couldn't quite get it. Here is Elston Howard. First and second. There's 2 outs. Moose Gowan could put a big hole in this game with a long one here. Here's the pitch. 4-6 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Aparicio scoops, tosses the first, and that's the end of the Yankee fifth. We go to the top of the sixth inning. New York 3 and Chicago nothing. I am wearing my White Sox 1959 cap. I am a fan of that team. When my dad worked for the railroad, and we took a lot of train trips, and I can remember sitting in a railroad station. Somebody came through it with a 59 White Sox hat, probably about 1959. I think I was about 6 years old, and I remember thinking, wow, I think that is a cool baseball cap. This I like as a classic Apple baseball cap, the 59 White Sox. I thought the 54 Indians, I've always thought, was one of the classic baseball caps as well. Nellie Fox steps in, top of the sixth inning. Yankees are down by 3. Pitch to Fox, 1-5 is a 8 against Terry. That's a fly out to Mantle in center field. He's had a lot of activity defensively. You can always do something in baseball to help your team win. Mantle's got 0 for 3, but he's making some plays on defense. Jim Landis, 5-3 is a 15. That's a single. Oh, excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong page. 15 is a fly out to left field on fielding column 1. So that's 2 outs. Yogi Berra with the catch. Ted Kluszewski. Not a lot of home runs for Kluszewski when he was a White Sox player in 1961. I think he hit more in 62 with the Sox. But he did hit 297 in 31 games in 59 and 391 with 3 bombs in the 59 World Series. 3-1 is a 9 against a B pitcher. It's a single over shortstop, and Kluszewski is 2 for 3. Playing it safe. There are 2 outs. I'm not going to play it safe. There's 2 outs anyway. I'll play it normally on the bases with the slow Kluszewski. Pitch to Sherm Lawler. 5-5 roll is an 8. Ground out to third base. So that's the 4th White Sox runner, and then not being able to get more than 1 runner on in any inning. Go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 3-0 Yankees. Ralph Terry's got the White Sox batting order by the throat so far. Clete Boyer leads off the bottom of the 6th for New York. 224 hitter with 11 home runs. Had a better offensive season. He always had great defense. But when he played with the 69 Atlanta Braves, which is another apoclassic team I've got, he had a much better offensive season with them. 3-3 is a hit column roll for Clete Boyer. And 2-5 is a drive by Boyer. It could be, it is out of here, a home run for Clete Boyer. And maybe that will be what gets him out of the slump. 4-0 Bronx Bombers. Ralph Terry. 5-3 is a 21, but hit down the right field line. He will hold and not try to stretch that into a double. Terry's at first, average speed. Bobby Richardson. One 3 is a 2 balls and no strikes. Shaw is an A pitcher with the Z modifier. We did get a walk earlier in the game the hard way with 2 of those rolls in a row. Oops, we still got Richardson up there. Here's the pitch to Bobby. 2-3 is a 26. That is going to be a ground ball to second base. Let's see. Fox flips to Aparicio to get the lead runner. And it's a fielder's choice for Richardson. So one down and still a runner at first. Tony Kubek. 1-3 is a 23. Runner out stealing. There's 2 outs. There's the balk. There's not 2 outs. There's only 1 out. I don't take those, if you know me, I take those runner out stealings or automatic steals on play results. When I'm playing the master symbols, so I'm deciding whether I want Richardson to try to steal or not. I think I'll go ahead, and then if he gets thrown out, we'll take the rest of that result. We'll see if he gets thrown out. Again, Richardson was a E22 minus 4. That's 18. That's going to be a little difficult, I think. 11 through 36. Here's the throw, 51. He is caught stealing. Richardson doesn't like it. He gets up. He's arguing with the umpire, and he is going to be ejected out of the game. So 2 to Kuber's right, 2 to 4. Fox with the tag applied. 2 outs. Richardson goes out of the game, and we're going to need to find, off our limited roster, we're playing with 20-man rosters, another second baseman, who will be Billy Gardner. Billy Gardner will come out and play defense for the Yankees when they go back out in the field. So Richardson ejected. Kubek is still up there. 4-4 roll is a 7. That's going to be a base hit for Tony Kubek. Or that A may take that away. No, base is empty. Bases are empty. So it's a single right field. Here's now Roger Maris, 2 outs, and Kubek at first base. Pitch to Maris, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. 1-6 is going to be 28. Ground out to shortstop. Aparicio flips to Fox at second base. That's the 3rd out. Yankees do score in the 6th inning, but they lose their second baseman. Uncharacteristically, arguing with the minister, arguing with the umpire on that play. 4-0 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. This is the fatigue inning for Ralph Terry. If 3 bad things happen to him, his grade will go down to a C. Yankees got a complete game out of Whitey Ford. Last game, they pretty much had their whole bullpen available. Same with the White Sox. Terry will face Al Smith, Bubba Phillips, and Jungle Jim Rivera. Now the Sox are down by 4 in the 7th inning. 6-3 is fly to center field. Mickey Mantle moves to his right and makes the catch. 1 out. Here's Bubba Phillips. 6-4 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Solid game being pitched here by Ralph Terry. And now the pitcher is, they're going to stay with Shaw. There's 2 outs, otherwise I would pitch hit. 4-2 is swing and miss. Strike 3, that we got a problem here. Should be Rivera. Shaw's not up yet. 4-2 is a foul to right field. So 3 up and 3 down for the Sox. 7th inning stretch time. 4-0 Yankees. All right, Billy Gardner does come out. He was out there and playing second base. He'll hit in Richardson's spot in the order. But we are at Mickey Mantle in the batting order. Mickey is 0 for 3, 2 grounds out to third and a strikeout. Bob Shaw returns to the mound for Chicago. He's in his fatigue inning. 6-5 is popped up over toward the dugout. Sherm Lawler is giving chase, loses a mask, and makes the catch right in front of the dugout steps. People supporting him so he does not fall in. 1 down. Here's Yogi Berra. 2-4, swing and a miss, strike 3. Berra's 0 for 3. Elston Howard. Bob Shaw has pitched pretty well, just gave up that 3-run double to Richardson and over to Boyer. 1-2 is a ground ball to second base. Fox scoops, throws. 3 outs. We go to the 8th. It's getting late for the White Sox. They trail by 4. All right, we will go to the bench and pitch hit for Bob Shaw. And that pitcher will be let's see, Terry's right-handed, so they would probably send up Earl Torgerson. Veteran, first baseman, wears glasses. Played on the 1948 Boston Braves National League Championship team. He was their first baseman. Used to have good speed and would steal bases, but now late in his career, he's not rated F. And the Sox also need to get somebody up in the bullpen. And they're down by 4 runs. That's going to be Rudy Rodolfo Arias in the bullpen. All right, here we go. Pitch to Torgerson in the 4th. 5-1 is a base on balls. Torgerson takes first. That's the first mark on Terry's fatigue. Louis Aparicio. Six-three is a fly ball to Mantle in center. He makes the catch. 2 outs, and now Nellie Fox. 6-1 is a 12. That could be a double play. That is a 4-6-3 double play against fielding column 1. And that's the Yankees. Their total added up to 41. That ends the top of the 8th. Go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 4-0 Yankees. All right, Rodolfo Arias will come on and pitch for the Chicago White Sox. He's a grade CYZ pitcher. And he will be pitching to Bill Skowron, Clete Boyer, and the pitcher Ralph Terry. Terry's working on shutout. We'll probably leave him in the game. All right, bottom of the 8th, pitch to Skowron. 6-4 is a 41. That's going to be an error on the shortstop Aparicio. And that is 4 Chicago errors in this game. It can happen. It's baseball. Clete Boyer. I know for sure I saw a game where Brooks Robinson made, I know for sure, 2 errors in one game. I can't see him in this stadium, but I think he made three errors. And I remember looking up and laughing after he muffed his third ground ball. That could happen to the best of them. Here's the pitch to Boyer. The man on first and nobody out. 2-6 is a 30. That's skied to left field. And Al Smith makes the grab. Smith is a good left fielder out there for the White Sox. It's unfortunate that he's pretty much only remembered for the beer that fell on him in the '59 World Series. I think after a home run, a fan knocked his beer off right directly on top of the head of Al Smith. But he's rated 3 in left field. Terry stays in the game. He's on the bat for himself. 1-1 roll for Ralph Terry. 7 against a C pitcher with a man on first. It's going to be a single to right field. And the base runner goes all the way to third. Unless Scourin is slow and I automatically am playing safe. Nope, he's going to stop at second. We should have Yankees on the field here. And so we got first and second. On Terry's base hit. He's 2 for 4, 2 singles and 2 strikeouts. Top of the order. And now Billy Gardner gets his first chance to bat in the season. He came into the game when Bobby Richardson got ejected for arguing a call at second base. 6-1 is a 12. First and second, that might be a double play. It is not. Batter safe at first on a fielder's choice. So Terry's out at second. 6-4. Scourin now goes to third. And Richardson reaches first by fielder's choice. First and third, Yankees. 2 outs. Tony Kubek. Four, 5 is 2 balls, no strikes. No, it's going to load the bases. 14's loads the bases with first and third on all batters. So that's in all pitchers. That's now the bases loaded. And this is the sort of stuff that Rudolph Urias had nightmares off over the previous night. Yankees with the bases loaded and a very hungry Roger Maris coming to bat. Only 3 hits on the season's all home runs. Here's the pitch to Roger with the bases loaded. 6-2. We got one of the sixes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Urias exhales and goes back to the dugout, stranding 3 Yankees on the bases. Go to the top of the 9th. 4-0, last chance for Chicago. Ralph Terry is going to go back out to the mound and take his warm-up tosses and see if he can pitch a complete game. There's only 1 mark against his fatigue rating, so he's got two left there. He'll be facing Jim Landis, Ted Kluszewski, and Sherm Lawler in the 9th. There's a pitch to Landis. 1-5 is a base hit, a single to left field. And I don't do that automatic still. That's because we got the master ratings and we're using master stealing. I do think we might steal because let's see what the odds are. They'll avoid the double play. They are 4 runs down. D27 minus 4 would be 23. And 11 through 45 are his odds to be safe. It's 6-1, half dozen the other. If I steal second, he'll be thrown out. If I don't steal second, Landis will roll into a double play. Isn't that how it goes? That's why I like this game. I have recently, though, got a runner out stealing second in the ninth inning. I think that was 2 or 3 days ago. So we're going to hold him. Beg Jim Landis to hit the ball in the air. Here's the pitch. 2-3 is a 27. Of course, it's a 5-4-3 double play. So I told you. And the gods were listening. If I don't steal, it'll be a double play. Oh, wait, let's get the next batter up. I had the wrong guy up there. So let's see. It's a 27 on his card too. So it's a 5-4-3 double play with Kluszewski hitting. 2 outs, and White Sox fans, players are all looking at me as they're down to their last out. Sherm Lawler. 2-5 is an 8. Fly out to Mickey Mantle. That's the ball game. Final score: Yankees 4 and the White Sox nothing. Ralph Terry gets his complete game, and pitching a shutout will make him today's MVP. Both pitchers went both ways. Let's go ahead and add up the totals. White Sox had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits only. But the biggest problem they committed 4 errors. Yankees had 1, 2, 3, only 4 hits, but were aided by 4 errors. And they committed 1 error. So 0-5-4 is the line score for the White Sox. 4-4-1 line score for the Yankees. There was 1 home run in the game. That was Clete Boyer. And other than Richardson and Kubek, all the Yankees have home runs on the season, all the position players. Bob Shaw takes the loss, going 7 innings and giving up. Not all of his runs were earned. He gave up the 4 runs, but 1, 2. One of them was not earned. So he gives up 3 earned runs. And of course, Terry goes 9, gives up no earned runs. So Ralph Terry is your winning pitcher. Bob Shaw, the loser. Hope you enjoyed this game. I'll come back tomorrow, same time, same station. And it'll be the 2003 Florida Marlins coming to Yankee Stadium to take on the Bronx Bombers, who are now 4-2 on the season. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless.